Hey everybody, my name is
Come,
BlakJak
Altair.
and welcome back
Speak
to
with me a moment.
Assassin's Creed.
As you wish.
Word has reached me of your success. You've my gratitude and that of the realm. Freeing these cities from their corrupt leaders will no doubt promote the cause of peace.
Can you really be so sure?
The means by which men rule are reflected in their people. As you cleanse the cities of corruption, you heal the hearts and minds of those who live within.
Our enemies would disagree.
What do you mean?
Each man I've slain has confessed strange words to me. They are without regret. Even in death they seem confident of their success. Though they do not admit it directly, there is a tie that binds them. I'm sure of it.
There is a difference, Altair, between what we are told to be true and what we see to be true. Most men do not bother to make the distinction. It is simpler that way. But as an assassin, it is your nature to notice, to question.
Then what is it that connects these men?
But as an assassin, it is also your duty to still these thoughts and trust in your master. For there can be no true peace without order, and order requires authority.
You speak in circles, Master. You commend me for being aware, then ask me not to be. Which is it?
The question will be answered when you no longer need to ask it.
I assume you called me here for more than just a lecture.
Very well. A rank and weapon are again restored to you. 2 more leaders remain. Go and see to it that their rule is ended.
And just like that, we have achieved decent assassin rank. No longer shall we be bitch mode assassin, but we are now an expert in swordsmanship. Probably. That only means you get some more damage. Also, you have the ability to regain balance and the ability to dodge, which is rather useful. Not the most useful ability that you can in the fighting, but it can be rather useful, especially when dealing with multiple enemies that hit relatively hard. We're going to learn how to dodge real quick, but just like the counter grab, we could just skip it by pressing the start button when entering the training mode, or rather the training field. But it wouldn't hurt to learn how to do that really quickly. And much like it seems like it's just press A when someone attacks you and you do a quick little dodge. That's all. And just like that, you can counterattack and call it a day. Nothing that complicated or really different. If I'm not mistaken, dodging is the last skill Altair learns, if I'm not mistaken. And with that, we're going to go on to Acre. For the second time, which I want to say is the middle district, if I'm not mistaken. I don't believe you end in the middle district here. I think you go to the rich one, if I'm not mistaken. I decided to not cut this out and instead show just how long this fight took me. Because like it did take me quite a bit to do that. It was like a good few minutes worth of fighting. And last time I believe I climbed the side of the building and jumped through. This time I just want to show that you can still go through the scholars. Like in any entrance, you can get in however which way you want, whether it be really stealthy, whether it means saving a civilian, and going in by blending. But for some reason I got caught. I think what happened there was I let go of the blend button, like I unblended to see if I could just walk by. Apparently you're not allowed to do that. So, lesson learned. Now I gotta deal with these guards again, but since we're heading over to the Assassin Bureau anyway, I figured why not? Just lure them to the Assassin building and then see if I can get anything funny out of it. Which I don't remember if I did, so there's that. So I'm not really going to bother killing the guards, just going to continue running. And making my way to the Assassin's Bureau. Which is actually not that far of a jog, to be quite honest with you. It's relatively short. Nice, nice, beautiful day here in Acre. Oh, wow. And no, I just decided I didn't want to deal with him. I guess I didn't want to have to deal with the long fight again, because I happened to get into one as we got into the city. So that's probably what ended up happening there.
Rafik,
Word has spread of your deeds, Altair. It seems you are sincere in your desire to redeem yourself.
I do what I can.
And sometimes you do it well. I assume it is work that reunites us?
Yes. William of Montferrat is my target. What can you tell me of the man himself?
William has been named regent while the king conducts his war. The people see it as a strange choice given the history between Richard and William's son Conrad. But I think Richard rather clever for it.
Clever how?
Richard and Conrad do not see eye to eye on most matters. Though they are civil enough in public, there are whispers that each intends evil upon the other. And then, there was that business with Acre's captured Saracens. In its wake, Conrad has returned to Tyre, and Richard has compelled William to remain here as his guest.
You mean his hostage?
Whatever you wish to call it, William's presence here should dissuade Conrad from acting out.
I've never been one for politics.
But surely you realize your every action shapes the course of this land's future. You are a politician too, in your own way.
As you wish. Now where would you suggest I begin my search?
Richard's Citadel, southwest of here. Or rather, the market in front of it. You'll find the Cathedral of the Holy Cross in that direction as well. It's a popular place and should be filled with talkative citizens. Finally, try the border to the west, where the Chain and Hospitaller districts meet. That should start you on your way.
Very well. I won't disturb you further.
It's no trouble at all.
Alrighty, so now we're going to be taking on William, was it Montferrat? De Montferrat? Whatever, I didn't catch that name all too well. But we are going into the which districts? No, I was wrong. So you're going to end off in the middle district then. Alright, that's cool. Whatever, I'm wrong. I don't care. I just play this game, man. I don't know anything. I'm not an expert at this. But yeah, so now we're going to look for a synchronization point so that we can fill in this map and begin my journey to fill out my health bar by collecting all the remaining synchronization points and saving however many civilians it takes for me to get full health. Which, for what, 15 side missions? It's like, what, 75 things to do? That sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I mean, right there we have 11 synchronization points, and I'm sure there's like 10 civilians. And we're only in memory block 4 out of 7, so there's a lot to do still. Oh, hey, look, a Templar. He wants to fight, and I'll fight him in my own way. Ah, see, so right there. The dodge is useful for when they take your weapon away, like when they parry your weapon away. Which makes every Templar fight super easy now, because you could just dodge out of the way and then counterattack them. Making it super easy to fight the Templars. Like, they're not that bad. They're only really hard in the beginning of the game when you don't have any abilities to do anything. I know it doesn't make sense. And here is a glitch wall. This is the way in which the game prevents you from going into different districts. I think we've seen them in the past, but I didn't mention them. At least I don't think I mentioned them. So if you see like a weird wall, that's just the way the game locks you out of a specific area you're not allowed to be in. I think we did see one in like the first time we went to the kingdom, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think I mentioned it. I think I just said, oh, we're not allowed over here. But yeah. Now this lady just walked up on me when I killed a dude and still wanted me to pay for her shit. Like, fuck you. Oh my god. Oh man. So I could say that that's probably my least favorite thing about, or one of the things I dislike about this game the most is the annoying NPCs, the ones that hinder you in every conceivable way. like the ones that just walk up to you and like get in your way and stop you dead in your tracks, or the ones that push you into shit that causes guards to see you and want to hurt you, and like it's just really annoying and cumbersome. Oops, I bad, dropped my phone. Sorry about that. But like I don't really think they are a necessary component to this game. I feel like this game would probably be a lot better without the annoyance, and I can understand that in certain instances, like having some sort of aspect to the game that gets guards your attention, like to be alerted by you. Like I can understand that being useful in a stealth game, like that's just something that you have to avoid, but like the way to get around them other than like just flat out ignoring them, which doesn't work because guards will see that and like instantly know that you're an assassin, especially later on in the game. And for some of them, you can't really do anything without losing any health. There like isn't really a good way to deal with them. It's not like in 2 where the way to deal with them is to throw money at the ground and then get like a group of people to hide you, you know. Which is again talking about the sequel, which hasn't come out yet by the time this game came out, which makes sense because this is the first game in the series. But like it's just an issue that I feel like didn't need to be there, and really didn't really need to be in the game to begin with. Like I feel like they could have had different ways around it, like maybe bolster up the guards count or something, or maybe have like so like I was gonna say like noises that you can trigger and set off the alert status of the guards, which they do have. If you ever see like the people carrying boxes or like the vases and stuff, if you drop their stuff, they make a loud noise, and the guards will be inclined to look at that and be alerted by it. But even that, it's not really something to like. It's not something to that like you have to really think about, I guess is the best way to put it, you know. It's not like in Splinter Cell where there are cameras everywhere, or like in Metal Gear 1 Solid 1 where you have like the graded floors that if you walk over them they make a loud noise and the guards around the area will hear you. You know, it's not some other stuff that you have to like worry about. It's just like they're just annoying is really the thing. Like the cameras, like in cameras in stealth games, like in Splinter Cell or Metal Gear, I never found annoying. I just found them something to try to avoid. You know, all the poor people and all the drunkards and the other mentally handicapped NPCs, all they make me want to do is punch them in the face so they can leave me alone. But doing that hinders my health. You know, like that hurts me. And can potentially get other people to come attack me, like not just like the guards, like the mercenaries will start a fight with you if they see you do that, and that can be annoying as well to deal with. Although if you fight a mercenary, you end up getting something for beating them. But regardless, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of weird to have a punishment for something that has no good way around it, rather. And I'm glad that the later games in the series either didn't have that feature at all, or that they implemented ways to get around that annoyance. So I'm kind of glad they ended up doing something about it later on in the series itself. But for this game, it's definitely not a good thing, if that at all makes sense. Yeah. Oh, night civilians. So what? 11 things, night civilians. Camera was walking out right there. The game does not like it when you walk away from the civilians when you're talking to them. Like the game does not like it. The game actively tries to keep you looking at them, and then the whole thing like starts wonking out. It's great, great game, great camera. I think I just felt that dude's ass. I think I just gripped that guy. That is some sexual assault right there, Altair, and. I think in this time period you'd be stoned for that shit, right? Gay or whatever. That's a, what's his name? Abul Nakud? Wasn't that like the whole thing with him? Is that like he felt that he was an abomination because it's heavily inferred that he's gay or something? That guy is talking is very relevant to what I was just saying. I guess a little bit, maybe not too relevant, but just kind of relevant enough for me to like stop talking there for a second to pick up on what he was saying. Whoops, wasn't intentional there. But yeah. So that's kind of just some stuff that I've been wanting to bring up in this game. Like, I know that we're kind of close to the end of the game. Well, not really. We're at memory 4, and in memory 4 there are 3 levels, and then I think we only did the 1 of 3. So by the way, starting memory 4, you're able to collect every flag, because there's like 1 or 2 flags, I think. Maybe it's like two flags that you need the ledge grab, which is the ability you get at the beginning of this memory block, which is just simply hold the B button or your was it unarmed hand button, which allows you to grab the ledge. And like right there, if I didn't have the grab ledge ability, I would have just plummeted to my death and would have had to climb the whole building back up. And I guess Acre has Templar flags as well as the Hospitalier flags? Hospitalier flags, I think that was the other one. And there's another set which I'm forgetting the name of right now. But yeah, Acre has 3 sets of flags instead of 1 set of flags like the Kingdom or Messiah for Jerusalem or Damas has. They all have different they all have a singular set of flags, whereas Acre has 3 accompanying parties within the city that have 3 sets of flags, whether they be 33 or 34, depends on the flags. I think the Templars have 1 more flag. I think they have 34 instead of the other 2 flags, which is cool that the flags are in the game, but they don't do anything. And I'm going to keep bringing this up because it really annoys me that I 100% this game like 3 times and I got nothing out of it except for stupid achievements that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I kind of wish like trophies and achievements actually did something other than being like a score that you get, you know? Like, I kind of wish they like every like 10,000 is like, or rather like every 1,000 is like $1 or something, you know? Like, I kind of wish it was like you get like some sort of credit that you can buy stuff with, you know? I'm not actually sure if you can buy stuff with the gamer score, now that I think about it, but like I don't think you can in the PS3 so, but that'd be cool. What the fuck, did that guy's sword just fly into the ether? Holy shit, did you see that? What the fuck? Well, anyway, I kind of wish that was something that you know, was a thing. So now that we have the dodge, I want to mention this, that the hidden blade is a lot safer to use now that you have dodge, because all you have to do is just dodge every attack instead of getting hit. But the issue with that is that you have to manually dodge each single attack instead of just holding down the button to continuously block all attacks. That's really the only thing you have to keep a mind of, but even then you still can grab enemies and you can still truck them and you can still end them while they're on the ground. So there's some other ways to fight that aren't just countering, albeit the counter is the best way to get around it because that's how you instantly kill things. So there's that. I did want to mention that this game's combat is really fun. Like, I feel like I did talk about this earlier in the series, but definitely I do feel that this, especially like later in the game, like around memory block 5 or so, all the enemies get like kind of challenging to face, and the combat's just really fun to fight like a bunch of people. Although it's a little stiff, feeling rather, it's really rigid and not like a fluent combat skill combo streaks, or it doesn't have like anything that'll keep you attacking other than the off chance of timing your attacks right, with rhythm and timing to when the blades clash to get that instant kill, which is really rewarding if you think about it. Like matching the sword to sword action is really rewarding, because you will end an enemy quicker than you would not being able to do that. But especially with all the moves that you get, especially later, like the counter grab and the, you know, all the other abilities that you get, it really helps the game, combat wise, feel really fun to play. And what I really enjoy too is that the enemies have the exact same variety of skills that you do, so everything you can do they can do. And that I know I definitely touched upon this before, but like it really helps try and get in the head of your opponent, because you know what they're capable of doing, they know, and they know exactly what you're capable of doing, which is really interesting idea for a combat system. But it like I did point this out though, but it is rather cumbersome having to deal with an onslaught of enemies. I kind of wish they didn't have it so that the guards just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming and didn't stop, you know, like they just, it got rather tedious. It gets tedious really quickly when you have to deal with an endless onslaught of groups of enemies consistently, because the game is just programmed in a really annoying way. And honestly I can't remember that happening in any of the later Assassin's Creed games other than like Origins. Speaking of which, Origins is the last game I played. I have Odyssey, but I have yet to play it. I only know like the bare minimum of like you get to pick one of 2 characters and you get to pick whether you're a Spartan or an Athens playthrough, but I don't know what that entails. Like I don't know what the story is. I don't know what the game plays. I'm assuming it plays kind of like Origins, because it kind of looked like it played like Origins. But other than that, I don't really know what the game holds. But yeah, but in Origins, like they kind of have that same mentality where like if you get into a fight, like guards will come and attack you, especially with the Phylacteries. They are annoying, and if you're in a thing and you hear that you hear that horn sound, and you're stealthily infiltrating a place, you damn well know that there's no way out. I play that game on Legendary, and that game, those guys are fucking brutal, man. I even played the DLC on Legendary. That shit was fucking, oh my god. Fighting the pharaohs on Legendary was really annoying. Oh man, especially that one dude, I forgot which one it is, but like he was super quick. He had like 2 knives, I think, something. He had like the daggers. Super fast, fucking, oh man, that guy was hard. And like I died and it would respawn, and he would be right there, and it's like I would just keep dying and respawning in the same area. If anyone knows what the hell I'm talking about. Oh hell. I kind of feel like I have to talk about other things for this gameplay, because it's like I'm just doing the same thing. This game is really, really repetitive, and I damn well know I said that at some point in this playthrough. But fuck, is this game super repetitive? It just like, you're just doing the same things. It's not like in 2 or Brotherhood or Revelations where you have other things to do, or a variety of missions rather. It's all the same. You go in, you talk to people, you eavesdrop, you pickpocket, you beat the shit out of them, you save some civilians, you climb some towers, and you call it a day. Although on paper that's a lot of variety, doing it over and over again for 9 levels isn't too engaging, I guess, is the best way to put it. You know, at a certain point, it's just like, oh, how much more mundane it is. Which is why I keep trying to fight with the hidden blade, because it's like, that to me is more fun, because it's I killed a civilian. Holy shit, I didn't even realize I did that. That's fucking funny. Oops. But yeah, that's why I fight with the hidden blade so much right now, is because now that I learned that there's a new way to play the game, like it's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving, you know? And it's challenging too, because it's like you can't block their attacks. You have to get the timing right or you're gonna get fucked. You know, but it's rewarding because once you do land that, you're always gonna get a kill. So it's really it's a huge gamble, but it's worth it, I feel. Really fun way to play the game, but it's hard. I probably wouldn't keep that up. That's definitely like a challenge run right there. Can you beat Assassin's Creed with just a hidden blade? You know, fight every fight, including bosses, with anything other than the hidden blade. You know, is not an option. That'd be pretty fun. Not that it would change much, you know. You would still fight all the civilians. Fight all the guards with, you know, you'd still get into battles and save all the civilians, and you'd still fight the guards, and you'd still kill them, and you'd still take out all the targets the same way. But it's definitely not the intended way to play this game. The game really is heavily reliant on you using the sword and dagger and throwing knives to kill targets from a distance, or just fight targets in general, rather. But yeah. So right here I'm trying to do that thing I mentioned earlier, where I could have sworn I dropped on an enemy at one point in time and killed him. Like you could in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and all the other games after that. Where you dive down from like the top of a building and just fall on an enemy and kill them. I don't think that was implemented in this game. I don't believe that was ever a thing in this game. But I could have sworn I did it once. Once or twice, and it kind of like sucks that like I can't recreate it. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Maybe I'm just thinking of a different Assassin's Creed game and just not remembering the right way, or maybe I did. I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember being on top of like a little ledge and I fell and I killed him.
I hope so. Still, best not to take any chances.
Seems like something that should be plausible.
Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon either. You've done me a kindness.
Well, this is going to be a super long video. I'm already only 28 minutes, almost 29 minutes in, and I am already starting to get hoarse in the throat. Woo! Non-stop talking isn't the best, but whatever. This video is only an hour and 17 minutes. It's not the longest video. I think the longest video is about an hour and 20. I think. Actually, you know what? This might have been this video that may have been like an hour and 20, but I think I condensed it down to 117 if I'm not mistaken. So this might actually be the longest video. I don't remember though. It's either this one or like the next video is like one of these is the longest video in the series, just because of how much I did and had to edit down. So yeah. Oh, fuck. I hit my keyboard. My bad. Sorry about that. So yeah. I guess just like a little tangent to keep my mind focused on something, and where I'm not just staring blankly into the ether. recently I went to my local mom and pop shop like I normally tend to do. I was just walking around, like I sometimes go there every once in a while just to see what they have and to pick up. Like I think I've been there like I think I went there like twice in like the past 2 weeks, which isn't normal for me. I only like really go there maybe like once every other month or so. But I don't know, I was kind of bored recently. Didn't have much to do these past few days, so I like went to it a few times. I picked up some interesting games. I picked up 3 South Park games at some time. I picked up Chef's Love Shack, which is like a quiz. It's like a trivia game. Party. It's kind of like trivia meets Mario Party minigames. And it's all South Park, and it's really weird, and it's really dumb. I only played it for a few minutes, and it was really funny, and I enjoyed it. I also picked up South Park Rally, which is the racing game. I only played that game for like 1 lap. I had my girlfriend over while she was staying with me for the past month, which is why you could hear the bird in the other videos. I'm not sure if you can actually hear the bird too well or not, but he was there making bird noises and running around and just being a general nuisance. So right here I was having a really hard time trying to get to the synchronization point, and it took me a few minutes just to deal with all these guards. Like, this was really fucking annoying. I think what I did was I split this whole scene up into different cuts and like shrank it down. Because for some reason my editing software, you can only shrink it down to a certain amount, like percentage wise. At least I think that's how it works. So like shorter clips are faster than like longer clips if you speed it up the same way, at least from what it seems like to me. So I split it up into shorter clips. And then right there, I pushed that guy off the cliff, but also walked off the cliff at the same time. That was really dumb. But really took that guy out with me. That was like a really fucking personal kill right there. I don't know why I've been watching a lot of Dan Plan, but like, is a YouTuber that has like some animated, in quotes, videos where they have like snars or whatever. It's kind of hard to really describe their channel because like they have like a whole bunch of things that they talk about. But like one of them, one of the guys, Steven, mentions like he'd rather use like a knife or a sword or something to kill someone because it's a lot more personal that way. What's more personal than a sword? Well, apparently it's grabbing some dude and jumping off a building with them. Where only you survive. That's the only thing that's more personal than killing someone with a sword, apparently. Definitely most fucking personal. But yeah, so I also picked up the South Park N64 game, the one where you go around throwing piss snowballs at turkeys. And I play that game like probably the longest of the 3 South Park games I have currently, because that game is so fucking ridiculous. I don't know if anyone's played it, but there's a moment in it where you actually, it's not just a moment, it's just it's like a type of enemy. I think they're called tanks. And it's literally just a giant turkey with a puckering asshole, and it shits out turkeys to come get. I'm not even making this up. It's so ridiculous, and the best part is like one of your weapons are like like your standard weapon are snowballs, so you can like you grab snowballs and you throw them at the turkeys. But one of the variants of the snowball is the piss snowball, and it's you pee on a snowball and you throw it, and it has like a kind of like explosive effect to it. It does more damage, but it takes longer to throw it, which is so fucking funny. There's like a dodgeball too, or like a kickball or whatever, but like it's so ridiculous, and I love it. So I think I mentioned about in the last video I wanted to play Sly 2 after the Assassin's Creed series, or if it wasn't the last video, it was the video before that. I don't remember. It was one of them, whatever I recorded last night. Definitely want to play Sly 2 after Assassin's Creed. I'm in the mood for Sly again. I'm just like harassing this guy. I'm like shoving him. Shit, I just want his money. His money. Yeah, there. Okay, so the lady was annoying me, so I had to get her away from me. That's like the only way to deal with them, really, is just to punch them. If you don't want to kill them. But you still lose health. It's annoying. But yes, I want to play Sly 2. That's definitely something I want. I feel like I was really mad at this point. I think, you know what? That does sound like something that I ended up doing. I got really mad, and it was probably at that synchronization point, honestly, like all that bullshit that I went through. But yeah, so I gotta stop like starting tangents and not finishing them. So I want to show this off really quickly. If you ignore a poor person and start climbing, they'll start throwing rocks at you. Which then gives me the reason to be a dickhead and kill them because I'm an asshole. But yeah, I wanted to show that off. That the people begging for money will throw rocks at you if you don't give them money. Or rather, if you start climbing. But yeah, my bad, I didn't mean to hit the mic again. God damn it. I gotta stop talking with my hands. This, especially near my face. I gotta stop talking, like, fucking away from my face. I really want to play Sly 2. I've been in the mood to play Sly 2 again. And that's definitely a game I want to pick up. But then I'm thinking, like, right after that, because that game can be kind of long. I mean, it's only 8 levels, but if you don't play them, if you take your time playing them, they can get kind of long. It's definitely no RPG like length. It's like an 8-hour to 9-hour, 10-hour game. But yeah, like it's a really fun game though. I kind of want to play an N64 game though. I don't know which one I want to play. Like I have a few. I have like GoldenEye. I think I have Donkey Kong 64. I think I mentioned Diddy Kong Racing last time. I have GoldenEye. Wait, did I say GoldenEye already? I feel like I said GoldenEye. I have like some wrestling games that are just really dumb to play. Smash Brothers. Like I have a few N64 games that are really fun to play. But like I don't know. I like Kirby 64. I think is one of them. Or Crystal Shards. I think that's the one I have. But like I have a few games, like I don't know what I want to play. Maybe I'll make a poll if I can. Oh, I can't because I need like 100 subscribers, right, to make community posts. Or is it 1,000 subscribers? Fuck, I don't remember if it's 1,000 or 100. It's one of those numbers. It's a number that I don't have. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't have 1,000 subs right now, so I can't make a poll. On what N64 game, but I definitely want to play an N64 game. That'd be cool. I don't know. Maybe if you guys have a suggestion down below in the comments, and if I can find it for a decent price, for like a reasonable price, I'll play that game. I think last time I checked at the games. I almost said Game Zone. I'm not Game Zone, at the GameStop. At my local mom and pop shop. I meant to say Game Store. That's where I was going to go with that. At the game store that I go to, I think Paper Mario for the N64, I think that's like a $60 game, which is fair because that game is great. I'm sure I can probably find it relatively cheap online somewhere. But the issue with like N64 games is that they're really easy to pirate and get like not a real copy of. Like I picked up Majora's Mask for the N64 online, just because in store that game, well, first they didn't have it, and second, if they did have it, it would be like $40-something. So I picked it up for like 20, I think. I think that's about what I picked it up for. On it was either Amazon or eBay. It was definitely Amazon. I don't really go on eBay all too often. but on Amazon, and like I had a fear that it wouldn't be a real game, and like the scariest part was that when I got it, I plugged it in to see if it worked, and nothing turned on. So when I brought it in, the owner of the store like looked at it. He was like, "Well, my fear is that it's probably fake, doesn't work, whatever." So he opened it up and he was like, "Nope, this is it. This is the real thing." He looked up the serial number on the motherboard and whatever. Open up. He's like, "Yeah, this is a real game. This is a real copy. This is a good find. It's the holographic Majora's Mask one, which is really neat." And he looks at it. He's like, "Yeah, your only problem is that this shit is super fucking dirty." That's probably why it wasn't working. And I was like, "Oh, all right, cool. How do I clean it?" He's like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of that." And he like cleaned it up, plugged it into one of the 64s he has in behind the counter, and you know, it worked, and it was pretty cool. It was even nice enough to replace the battery on one of my Game Boy games that I brought in. I brought in gold because my gold copy didn't save, which is fair. Old game, right? So he replaced that, and it was like all free of charge too. Like the dude was super nice. Like he didn't charge me for anything, man. And I felt bad, so I bought stuff, which is probably what he wanted, like business-wise. Like, but it's okay. I love that place, so I'm alright. I'm alright with it. I ended up buying stuff. I bought like a few N64 games. Actually, I bought an extra controller. That's what I bought that day, because I only had the one N64 controller. But the ones that they sell are like third-party ones. I want to get like a first-party Nintendo N64 controller, and I want like I remember hearing some time ago, maybe like last year or something, about these metal N64 sticks. Oh, this guy glitched. Yeah, I remember. I remember this guy. He got stuck on the ladder. He got into a fight with me right now, right? And he tried climbing down the ladder, but he couldn't climb down the ladder the right way, so he got stuck. That was pretty funny. That was like an interesting glitch. But he snapped out of it relatively quickly and then tried killing me. I don't know if I mentioned this or not earlier, but on the ladder you can kick down and up and punch up the ladder, and you can if you have like a big enough ladder, you can knock guards off of them and just kill them that way. Really useful way to do things. I think I fight a Templar here, if I'm not mistaken. One of the Templars showed up and I killed him. No, it wasn't him. Alright. Never mind. I thought it was that guy. He wasn't a Templar. I'm remembering later on. But there's like a moment where like I'm speeding forward. Maybe it already happened. I don't know. I don't remember. But there's like a part where I was speeding the footage and then like I killed a Templar. I was like fighting a Templar and I like slowed down. The fuck was I talking about? I was talking about my own pop shop, right? Yeah, so like they were just super nice, and they only sell like the third-party Nintendo controllers. I heard the other like, oh, that's what I was saying, the metal sticks, right? They're like metal N64 sticks that you can like replace on your controllers, and it just feels nicer than like the shitty plastic ones that come standard with them, which is awesome, and I would love to get those. Also, I have an issue with these controllers that I have right now. They're one of them is drifting really bad. It's kind of like hindering me playing certain games because like the character will start to veer off course, or just won't allow me to play the game in general because like the menus won't stop moving. Which is kind of annoying, but I don't know how to fix that other than taking the plug out, then what the fuck was it? Take the plug out, then plug it right back in, and then like sometimes that fixes it, other times it doesn't. It's weird. But trying to play Smash Brothers, or rather trying to pick a character in Smash Brothers, is rather annoying when the little hand is like fucking off into the left-hand corner of the screen. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, that actually probably happened because I guess I play a little rough with the sticks when playing Smash Brothers.
It's you, Altair. You scared me.
Richard's men are after me. 2 of them, to be exact. I was trying to strike a deal with them, but I realized that they were toying with me, so I ran away. You shall be the angel of death and collect their heads before they collect mine. When it is done, I shall tell you of the deal.
Like, I hope I wasn't just playing the game Smash Brothers kind of hard and like I kind of just broke the analog stick over time, or if they're just really shitty controllers. Like, I don't know what it is, but like I keep them relatively clean. Like, every time I'm done playing with them, I put them back in the box, I put them away and stuff, and like I wrap up the cords kind of the way that they came in. So it's like I'm trying to take care of them, but they're still drifting and stuff. But now we can actually start playing the missions, which is finally something I can talk about the game. That's still repetitive and not at all too interesting compared to what we were just doing, but it's a lot less repetitive than just going around climbing synchronization points and saving civilians. So this informant wants us to kill 2 targets and we're not timed. It's actually relatively nice to have a mission like this, because there definitely are informant missions that can be rather annoying. I feel like later on in the game, I think either in the next video or in the video after that, like the following level after that, there's one informant that just took me forever to do, because every time I killed them, there would be a guard around and they would suspect me instantly, or I'd bump into a guard and whatever, or some NPC bugged me and it just, you know, whatever. Keep in mind that if you throw a knife at an enemy, that instantly fails the mission for some reason. I don't know if you only have to use a hidden blade, like if that's how it's programmed, or if the game triggers like an enemy in an alert phase for 2 seconds because you get into like a fight with them, but they're dying, so like no other enemy gets triggered normally, but in the mission, since you alerted the enemies, you instantly fail it. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's what happens.
What a relief it is to know that I am safe. Thank you, Master. I tried to make a deal with the Citadel guards to leave the gates open even when the alarm sounds. I failed you. So now your only escape from Richard's Citadel will be to climb the fortress walls. Forgive me.
Okay, yeah, that is a very important tidbit. You have to climb the gates. I'm an idiot, and it took me way longer than it should have to catch on to that. Because like I said, I play these games and like especially this game, like I kind of like space out during like the cutscenes for some reason. Because I like listening in when I come back and record my voiceover to it is when I like to like listen to the cutscenes. So like I don't really pay attention to what I'm doing when playing it. For the most part, but yeah, this time it was just really bad. I was
Perhaps it was unwise to embrace William. He is old and thinks too much of himself.
His army is the largest beyond the Ocinon. We'll have need of them. For now, I'll go and visit with the other brothers. Make sure they have everything they need.
Aye, they must not fall.
Fear not, the Master has a plan. Even now, he prepares a way to turn our losses to his advantage, should it come to that.
What does he intend?
The less you know, the better. Just do as you've been instructed. Deliver the letter you carry to our Master.
Yeah, definitely just wasn't fucking. I was like, how do I get out of here? This is ridiculous. But yeah, we'll get there soon. We're gonna. The cool thing about the missions is in this game is that they're short. You know, you can get through them pretty quickly. I'm sure the speedruns of this game don't probably go over like an hour. This game doesn't seem like it would be all too long. Especially like if you're cutting, like if you find glitches that like launch you places, you know. Like it doesn't seem like this game would be too long for a speedrun. But yeah, I don't know why I decided to pick a fight with these burly men. I don't know why I did that. I just probably wanted knives, and that sounds like something I would do. I don't really know. Oh, you know what? I wanted to see if I can counter with the punches. I think that's what I was doing, but I don't think there's a command for that in this game. I figured, I was like, well, if I can use the knife, the hidden blade, Why wouldn't I be able to counter with the fist? But no, that's not in this game. That's not even like a thought that popped up in this game. Probably, I don't know. The fighting combat with the fists is really bare bones in this game. Like, it's only punch and block, and you know, with the grab and dodge and stuff. But like, it's for the most part, it's just punch and block.
What news?
Grim, I finished my scout. A direct assault won't work.
What's the trouble?
Archers. He's got them all over the fortress. And no easy way to reach them. They'd pick us off before we'd made it 10 feet inside.
You've kept a record, yes?
Aye, I've marked their positions on a map.
Bring it to the others. No doubt they'll have a use for it.
Very well. I'll go at once.
Stay strong, brother.
Yes, and you.
Yeah, like the punching mechanics isn't even like in Punch Out, where you can like punch the face or punch the stomach, or like an urban fighter, is it? Where you can block head, block body, while doing the same thing, body blows and face blows. It's not like anything like that. It's just like, oh, I can punch and it'll land, or he'll block it. And that's it. There's no countering, no nothing. No fancy stuff I can do. No, like, grab him, then punch him, and then whatever. You know, it's just bare bones. Which makes like the interrogation missions kind of boring, because it's like, oh, punch, block, punch, block, punch, block, I win, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, like it's not. There's really isn't much to talk about when it comes to the fist fights. But I'm gonna have to bring that up definitely in the review. Because that is a different way to fight in this game.
Back again, Altair. Always in need of a hand to do your dirty work. This time, Al-Mualim did not order anything. It is just for my own pleasure that I ask you to find some Masyaf flags I've hidden in Richard's district. Since I am a loyal assassin unlike others, I will tell you what people are saying in Acre. It is important information. But this time, try to come back to me faster than the first time.
I'll do whatever the hell I want. Fucking asshole. This dude's just doing this to play with me. What a dickhead. Or not to play with me, but to like toy with my very unstable emotions right now. Man, I got stabbed by my mentor and shit, and he's sending me on an errand after like, and that was like a pot shot, man. That wasn't even like, that wasn't like a humble brag or nothing, man. That was just like, you're being a dick to me for no reason, friend. Fuck you, alright? I'm doing this because I need information, but like, you know what? Fuck you, man. You're no friend of mine. You're a dickhead. Did I do this faster than the last time? I think I have to beat like 1 minute and 53 seconds, right? That's not gonna happen if Altair keeps grabbing onto the ledge and shit.
Your hard work is changing my opinion of you. Here is what I know about William of Montferrat. He and Richard had a disagreement before the king left for Jaffa. Since then, William stays in his citadel, surrounded by his army. Do you have what it takes to attack him in this protected environment? We'll see, but I am still doubtful.
Man, you assassins are punks, man. Fuck yeah. I gotta get that clip, man. That shit is so funny. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in Mafia 2, occasionally the NPCs will curse at you. And sometimes, I don't know if it's actually, I think it's Joe. Yeah, Joe Barbaro. I think he has a line where he just goes, "Fuck yeah!" So great, man. It's so fucking great. I gotta get that clip, man. I gotta get that clip.
Stand up, friends. Do not allow yourself to be sent to slaughter based on the whims and wishes of an uncertain king. We must rely on men who are stronger in their convictions. Men like William of Montferrat.
That guy had a really short fucking speech. Alright, well, Guess he's going to be an easy target then, really quick one. All I gotta do is just walk around this corner and make sure no one sees me, beat the crap out of him. I don't think you can push him into scaffolding like this. He won't die if I'm not mistaken. I think he just hits it and it acts like a wall. I'm trying to avoid this mercenary, but this guy is walking at the same pace. I feel like it's probably better if I just punch him and then, you know, move along. At least I should have punched him when I did, because just fighting one mercenary would have been easy. But now this guy came out of nowhere, and I have to fight him, and then like the other guy will show up eventually, and I have to fight him. You know, it's like instead of just fighting one mercenary, I ended up like almost sparking a fight with like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, look at that, 2 guys right there. Would have been just a lot easier if I only started fighting him when I turned the corner. Just called it a day. Would have been so much easier. But yeah, like I mentioned in the other interrogation, your only objective is to beat up the guy.
Enough! Enough! What is it you want? Gold? I've a few pieces on me. Take them. Take them and go.
It's not gold I seek, but information.
I know nothing.
You know William. Tell me how to reach him.
It's impossible. He meets with the king.
And when will the king be gone?
Today. But it won't help you. They're sure to argue, and then William will retire to lecture the soldiers. So it always goes. Richard berates William. William berates his men. He won't see you.
I already told you. I need to see William. I never said he needs to see me.
Then our business is done.
Not yet, I'm afraid. There's one last thing I need from you.
What is it?
Your life.
Well, that guy was rather useful, I guess. He told me that the king will talk to William, and that's probably the best place to find him.
Help! Assassin! Send help!
That guy just happened to be in the right area at the right time. There's no fucking way he would have saw me otherwise. Making up excuses for getting caught. Just standing there. Like, what if I was just an innocent bystander? Like, what if some other guy killed him and I was just sitting there, you know, just happened to walk in the air? Just because I look like an assassin doesn't fucking... Oh, fuck you. You know, at this point, I am one. But you know what? You don't need to instantly assume I'm one, you asswipe. Innocent till proven guilty, dickhead. Alright? God, these medieval guards are fucking prejudiced and racist and shit. And rude. Super rude. What the fuck am I even talking about anymore? Sorry, I think I'm starting to go a little crazy. Alright, well we're gonna do the last pickpocketing mission. Which is this one. Or not the last pickpocket mission, but the last mission in the area, which happens to be a pickpocket mission. This is not the one I was just thinking of. Okay. So...
They let you come and go as you please. I thought the fortress was closed to all.
Aye, but William wishes to have repairs completed as soon as possible. It's been to our advantage.
The perfect cover. It's clever.
Anyway, I've finished my report and should deliver it.
For once, it seems things might go our way, and not by accident.
Well, the Bible does say God helps those who help themselves.
Nah, it doesn't, actually. That's from one of Aesop's fables. The Bible says quite the opposite, in fact. Many passages of being patient and faithful and waiting for the Lord to decide if he wishes to assist.
Well, I say we've waited long enough.
You'll hear no argument from me.
Very well. I'm off then.
I was gonna say, we will we're gonna be seeing that pickpocketing mission later. There is a rather annoying mission where you have to pickpocket like a guard with multiple guards around, and like that's kind of annoying. That's it though. So that is the last one, and we're just gonna head back to the Assassin Bureau so that we can continue on with the mission, find William, and take him out. And then get lost. I mean, that's how it should be, I guess. I don't know. Sounds like it. I don't know, maybe. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But on the way, I'm gonna see if I can spark some spark a little fight, I guess. We'll see. I'm gonna probably kill all these guys right now. Ooh, I did that super quickly. That was like Superman speed right there. But now no one will find me out, so I definitely want to kill people and start a fight. I wanna definitely. I guess I decided that I didn't want that, but I want to see more bodies become all spaghetti and stuff, because that makes me laugh.
Altair, what brings you back so soon?
I've done as asked and armed myself with knowledge.
Speak, and I will judge.
William's host is large, and many men call him master, but he's not without enemies. He and King Richard do not see eye to eye.
It's true, they've never been close.
This works to my advantage. Richard's visit has upset him. Once the king has left, William will retreat into his fortress to brood. He'll be distracted. That's when I will strike.
You're sure of this?
As sure as I can be. And if things change, I'll adapt.
Then I give you leave to go. End the life of Montferrat, that we may call this city free.
I'll return when the deed's been done.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Alrighty, time to take out William de Montferrat. That sounds like how you pronounce it. I don't know, I'm trying my best to pronounce these names, man. But anyway, so William's kind of memorable, just because like this is the first time we're gonna see King Richard in the game, and he's talking to your target. Also, I think they mentioned that he was related to King Richard. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what they were talking about. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Like I said, I don't really know the history of the Third Crusades all too well. So apologies. Apologies there, really. But he hurts himself. I'm not helping him. That guy is a brave lad. Fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, I don't know like the Third Crusade history, like the history of the Third Crusades all too well. Really just like what, like the little I do know, pretty much comes from either this game or like the small amount of history that I remember from class all those years ago. But I don't know much about the Crusades all too well. I was reading something online last night where it seems like a few of the targets that you kill are fictional. For instance, the Merchant King, his name is like the father of money or something like that. That's what his name translates to, and like I don't think there's been people throughout history that have been that title. But yeah, we're gonna just watch this real quick.
3,000 souls, William. I was told they would be held as prisoners and used to barter for the release of our men.
The Saracens would not have honored their end of the bargain. You know this to be true. I did you a favor.
Oh, yes. A great favor indeed. Now our enemies will be that much stronger in their convictions. Fight that much harder.
I know our enemy well. They will not be emboldened, but filled with fear.
Tell me, how is it you know the intentions of our enemies so well? You who forsake the field of battle to play at politics?
I did what was right. What was just?
You swore an oath to uphold the work of God, William. But that is not what I see here. No. I see a man who's trampled it.
Your words are most unkind, my liege. I would hope I might have earned your trust by now.
You are Acre's regent, William, set to rule in my stead. How much more trust is required? Perhaps you'd like my crown.
You missed the point! But this is nothing new.
Much as I'd like to waste my day trading words with you, I've a war to fight. We'll have to continue this another time.
Do not let me delay you then, Your Grace. I fear there will be no place for men like him in the New World. Send word that I wish to speak with the troops. We must ensure that everyone is doing their part. Warn them that any negligence will be severely punished. I'm in no mood to be trifled with today.
Yes, my lord.
The rest of you, follow me.
Okay, so this fight is actually kinda interesting. Because you will be able to walk into this fortress area and you can find William relatively easy. He is in a meeting with his personal guards and you can overhear his meeting, which I'm going to allow you guys to hear. And you can find a scholar group walking around aimlessly. So if you find the scholar group, which I'm going to find right over here, you can just blend in with them. And blending in with them allows you to be able to sneak up to the area where William is. And then you can start a fight with him. Or just straight up kill him. It depends how quickly you can get to him. And stuff. He'll basically stay in his little area for as long as it needs you to, or as long as you need to go and find him to kill him. So there is that. But other just that you can just spark a fight with this whole fortress and kill William de Montferrat and his guards and then just leave. I mean, there's that. Or you can do what I'm going to do and attempt to sneak up on William and then fail miserably. Because that's all I'm good at, is failing at stealth games. Like Hitman. Alright, let's listen in.
But no more. You will train harder and more often. If this means missing meat, missing sleep, so be it. And should you fail in these tasks, you will learn the true meaning of discipline. Bring them forward. If I must make examples of some of you to ensure obedience, so be it. The two of you stand accused of whoring and drinking while on duty. What say you to these charges?
My lord, please. We meant no harm by it.
We forgot ourselves. It will not happen again.
No, it won't. Disregard for duty is infectious. It shall be rooted out and destroyed. In this way, we may prevent its spread. Am I understood?
Yes, my lord. Of course, by your command.
Good, good. Return to your posts filled with a new sense of purpose. Stay strong, stay focused, and we will triumph. Falter, however, and you will join these men. Be sure of it. Dismissed!
Yeah, so I feel like that was added just so that you can see him kill someone else, that you can kill him without feeling like he didn't really need to die. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like all the other guys killed people. You know, you had Jubayer, who broke the dude's knees and, like, tortured people. You had the Merchant King, Abul Nakud, who killed all his party goers. You had the slaver who slaved people, and you got to see his victims. What's that guy? The first dude who stabbed the dude and pushed him into like a little puddle. You know. So here I am trying to kill William by jump attacking him, which won't work. Only I am a genius of this caliber can attempt this and fail miserably. But I guess the best way to do it is to climb down and stab him as quickly as you can. Really, it's like the only way to do it. But I didn't do it fast enough or stealthy, really. So I got into a fight with him, and we're gonna kill him in the most convenient way possible.
Rest now. Your schemes are at an end.
What do you know of my work?
I know that you are going to murder Richard and claim Acre for your son Conrad.
For Conrad? My son is an arse, unfit to lead his host, let alone a kingdom. And Richard, the Ancient is no better, blinded as he is by faith in the insubstantial. Acre does not belong to either of them.
Then who?
The city belongs to its people.
How can you claim to speak for the citizens? You stole their food, disciplined them without mercy, forced them into service under you.
Everything I did to prepare them for the new world. Stole their food? No. I took possession so that when the lean times came, it might be rationed properly. Look around. My district is without crime, save those committed by you and your ilk. And as for the conscription, they were not being trained to fight. They were being taught the merits of order and discipline. These things are hardly evil.
No matter how noble you believe your intentions, these acts are cruel and cannot continue.
We'll see how sweet they are, the fruits of your labors. You do not free the cities as you believe, but rather damn them. And in the end, you'll have only yourself to blame. You who speak of good intentions.
Wow. Maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he was stealing their food to ration it out and give it out during the harsh times of war. Maybe everyone that we're killing is telling the truth somewhat. You know, like, it's really interesting that this game kind of... Now, I don't know if I mentioned this in any other video. I don't know if I talked about this in a little bit, but like the Assassin's Creed games are probably my favorite games, just because like it kind of makes me think about like perspectives and stuff. So if you think about it, you throughout every Assassin's Creed, or like for the most part in most Assassin's Creed games, you play the bad guy. In the historical perspective, you're the bad guy. By the way, here is my bountiful kill. I killed literally everyone. And then it like took me a while to figure out how to get out of here. Longer than it should have. We were just gonna climb out of here like the one informant said. But yeah, like the Assassin's Creed games make me think like perspective, because you're always playing the bad guys. Like for instance, you're playing someone who goes around killing like military leaders and stuff, you know, and who are like invading and taking over the lands. Granted, they're not the nicest of people, but you know, I don't think anyone really is. In 2, you're playing a dude who wants to kill the Pope, you know, like the leader of the world at the time is pretty much the Catholic Pope. 3, you play a Native American who sides with the revolutionaries, who in fact are the sole reason why natives don't have much of anything like they used to, like in terms of land, like they used to, you know. Like you're really siding with the bad guys throughout history, and like it's weird to think that that both you, the Assassins, and the Templar are trying to achieve the same goal of peace, but you just have two different outcomes of doing it, two different ways of doing it, and one way is seen as like the good way and the other way is seen as the bad way, but they're both muddled in gray areas, and it's just, I don't know, it's just interesting to to see and like think about and play, you know. It's pretty neat. That's kind of one of the reasons why I really like the Assassin's Creed games, and I like talking to people about the Assassin's Creed games, just like to have conversations with them. Whenever I find someone like who plays the Assassin's Creed games, it's just fun to talk to them about stuff. It's pretty neat. Or like how in Origins you play as like an old Egyptian, like an old world Egyptian guard, and who's going up and trying to overthrow the pharaoh. You know, like it's just interesting to think that way. So yeah, we're gonna try my best to set up my favorite thing is just a group of dead guards on top of this opening door, and seeing how what kind of wacky, funny falling animations we'll be getting out of this. And this model is the Hidden Blade model, where I kill people with using just the Hidden Blade to see how well they fall. And after that, we're going to be talking to, I think it's Rafik, and we're going to be calling it a video soon. Oh, they all fell. Alright, let's see. Anything funny happen? I totally missed it all.
What news?
William of Montferrat is dead, and with him his plans for betrayal.
You've done well keeping Acre from his hands.
But why now, when the Crusaders require unity most? Could have waited.
Waited for what? For Richard to return and discover his schemes? No. It was the perfect time for him to strike.
Strange. I was sure he meant to take Acre for Conrad, yet he claimed this was not his plan.
You cannot trust the words of a snake, which even in death produces venom.
I should discuss this with Al-Muallim.
Yes, my friend. Make haste for Masyaf. I am sure he is eager for news.
So yeah, it was William and Conrad that were related, not William and Richard. But anyway, I'll see you guys for the next video, and see you guys then. Thanks for watching.